Looky here, a little bit of snow plowing. Alright guys, bear with me. This is the first time I have ever set up a tripod for snow plowing. You guys have seen all my other videos from last year and the year before. I always ran a mount on my dashboard and filmed that way. But I wanted to try some new stuff. I know when I watch plowing videos I like to see a view like this. So that's what I'm trying to do. Plus a few other people have asked me to do some plowing with a tripod so the camera's back so you can get a better view. So again, I got my GoPro in its waterproof case and on the tripod. As you watch the video, I move the camera around. I do it in, I think, 1, 2, 3 different areas, so you get different views. Again, I'm experimenting with it, so I know maybe it's not zoomed in that close. But like I said, bear with me. I'm trying to see what I can do here, and they'll get better as we go along. This property here is a church I've been mowing for a couple years, and this is the second year of plowing it. I don't believe I've ever filmed this one as far as mowing goes. I'll have to do that this year. It's a pretty big property, and it's nice. It's nice and smooth. You can fly when you mow it. It's not that much trimming to do. There's some, but not much. But it's a really nice property, and it's literally like just under a mile down the road from my house. But for any of you guys that are not up to speed, that is my 2005 GMC Sierra 1500. It looks like a 2500 because it has a 2-inch leveling kit in it. And I also put timbrins in the front end. That's why if you look close, whenever you see me lift up that blade, the front end barely sinks at all. I get about a 1/2 of an inch drop when I lift up that blade, whereas before I put those timbrins in the front end, you're talking 3.5 inches, just depending on if I had the wings on. It's got the 5.3 in it. It came stock with the 4L60E tranny. If you guys have watched, if you look back to my videos, you'll see this summer I had the tranny pulled out. There was nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to beef it up. I had it pulled out and I had the whole thing redone. Only they put completely different stuff in there. I had 2 options. I can either rebuild it for well, for speed more or less, or I could rebuild it for torque and power, and that's what I did. That's the way I went. So I had the whole thing rebuilt. So it's a hell of a lot more beefy than what it was before, and I definitely noticed a difference plowing with it. Yeah, here you go. This is another angle that I tried with. That's a little underpiece, push the snow in there, and then you'll see I'll pull right between them pillars up to them front doors, drop the blade and pull it out. The guy that used to plow this before me, he never even plowed right that pass you just see me go through. He never even used to plow in there. He said he couldn't fit in there. And I don't know why. It was very annoying for them, because that's where a lot of people pull up and they let their wives and kids out and so forth to walk inside when it's inclement weather. So it needs to be cleared, definitely. And that guy had a 7-foot blade that he used to plow this with. A little bit about my blade for those of you guys that aren't up to speed. It is a Boss RT3 super duty or commercial duty blade. It is a poly blade. Boss makes the, I believe they make the sport poly, the commercial poly, and I also think they do a super duty poly, but I'm not positive. But anyway, it's a 7.6 poly blade, RT3, and it has pro wings on it. Everyone said I couldn't put pro wings on a poly plow because you got to bolt them. You're supposed to bolt the mounts. Excuse me, guys. I've been congested for days. You got to bolt the mounts through the blade, and that's why they said you couldn't do it. Well, if you go back to my videos, you'll see what I did. I just welded the mounts to the side of the frame, since I couldn't bolt them through the poly blade. Otherwise, you know, you take a chance of cracking that blade. But this is my second year plowing with them, and I've had no issues at all with, see, I pulled in there, dropped, and backed right on out of there and pulled all that snow right out of there. But yeah, my blade is 7'6", and with the pro wings on there, I'm 2 inches shy of 9 foot. So how I did it with a 9-foot blade practically, and this guy couldn't do it with a 7 is beyond me, but whatever. To each their own. Everybody's got their own reasons for doing what they do. I'm sure he had his. But anyway, so yeah. You guys got to listen to my annoying voice for 14 minutes, I think. I don't know what this is, but but I found I've just started using the narration on these videos. I had to download a different Movie Maker program to be able to do it, because the last Movie Maker program that was on my computer didn't give me the option for record narration, so I had to find a new one. But anyway, so you see my light bars front and back. They're dual 36-inch strobe bars. They came with a cheap push button that lets you change between 6 different patterns. I like the very first pattern. That's the only one that I use. And I actually cut out those switches that came with it, and I bought LED toggle switches that are designed for LED light bars, and I wired them directly into there. And when you do it that way, it's only on, off, and as a default, you get the first pattern. So it worked out perfect for me, because that's the pattern that I like to use anyway. But they're both 36-inch. There's one facing back that you see now, and then you did see the one that faced forward. You'll see that again in the next view. The backup lights there are, they have 8 LED lights in them, and those I've been running for a few years now, and they just keep on working. I wired them direct into my tail lights so that every time I put it in reverse, they come on. I don't have to mess around with any toggle switches, nothing. Everybody told me I would have to wire in a relay, otherwise I would blow bulbs, I'd short out the wiring, this and that. Well, like I said, going on 2.5 years of running them, and obviously they come on even in the summertime when I drive the truck, because every time I put it in reverse they come on. And I haven't had an issue yet. There's no relay in there. I wired them direct right into my tail lights. But they are extremely bright at nighttime. Very, very, very bright. Yeah. So that's all the lights. I do have the 50-inch light bar across the top, which is, that damn thing will blind you day or night. It's not on in this, but you'll get a better view of it in this next position of the camera that's coming up here. I bought another mount. It's a round magnet with the GoPro mount right on the top. You just snap your camera in and out of it. I bought that, and I did try using it today, but I just set it on the hood real quick, and I didn't like the way that came out, so I deleted that one off. Giving you guys a nice front view. But yeah, you'll see that light bar right there across the front and the top. That's a 50-inch light bar. Extremely bright. But anyway, I tried that mount, and I didn't like it. It'd be better if I put it right up on the roof or something. It's another thing I'm going to experiment with, but it's a round magnet. It's made by GoPro. It comes with the mount right on it, and it's got 80 pounds of pull, so I'm not worried about it falling off at all with my camera on there. So yeah, look how wide that path is. I would never want to plow a parking lot without wings. As a matter of fact, I've grown to love doing driveways. See that? You can take almost the entire pass and there's no trail off. Whereas just running a blade without wings, you get the runoff. No matter how much your blade is angled, you can only take like half the blade width or maybe a little bit more before you'll start getting runoff. With those wings, nothing. I take almost the entire width of the blade. And here, I'll do it again right here. Look at that. I'm running right along the edge of that. Nothing comes off the side. That's the, someone turned me on the wings about a year ago, and I swear I'd never want to plow without them. It's, any of you guys that plow, you'll see what I'm talking about.